The battle is about to commence.
Welcome to round 3 of Operation Charlie Fox. This game is going to be Giap versus the Machine. Again, I am following Giap up through the brackets. We're going to see how far he can go. He just beat Dusty in a best of 1. I really wish that series could have been taken to a best of 3, but unfortunately, time constraints and the size of this tournament meant that could not happen. And also some awkwardness with the way the tournament was seeded, which is just a bummer because I really wanted to see that go to best of 3, but what can you do? This game is going to be the Machine, or not this game, this series is going to be the Machine versus Giap, and this one will be a best of 3. We're going to have Giap playing as Soviets on the right side versus the Machines over Commando West. This one's going to be best of 3. Faction selection, as always, will be determined in Game 3 by victory point lead, so they'll be wanting to keep an eye on their victory point counts as this series proceeds. And I'm actually quite surprised to see the Machine pick over Commando West, but against Giap Soviets. I think Oster definitely is still probably the favored faction for Axis this patch, even though the infantry support gun is... Oh, hey, we were just having a conversation about ghosting, weren't we? Giap likes to ghost around capture points as a makeshift form of barbed wire. So yeah, I think this is a good time to even discuss ghosting further. How this is an example of how ghosting does give you an advantage, and there might be room to consider this an exploit. But I definitely firmly believe that this should be allowed in tournaments because I think it's interesting. I think it's counterable. The difference, I think that it does raise the question, what's the point of even having a build time? I think Sid mentioned this just a second ago. What's the point of even having a build time if it still blocks pathing before it's even been constructed? And the difference, obviously, is that it can be destroyed pretty quickly by small arms fire.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
But they're actually still pretty durable. They're still pretty durable even then, so I think conscript sandbags are the worst example of ghosting being a little on the strong side because it's almost instant barbed wire in a pretty long stretch, and it takes a while for, especially over Commando West, to get rid of them because they're only automatic weapons early on, or they're one Stern Pio squad, and you don't want to have your Stern Pios running around cleaning up sandbag ghosts all the time. So if there is an argument to be made against ghosting, this game is probably going to show us that argument.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Sandbags are up, and my back is out.
So we're gonna see a 4 Folks Grenadier opening to a...
Cut off. The enemy has cut off a sector.
Conscripts here.
3 conscript into 2 Maxims opening for Giap, so he's going pretty hard into tier 2. I mean, not that hard, but harder than normal. You don't normally see 2 Maxims fielded by Soviets these days, so that's an interesting decision. Wonder if that... The Maxim is pretty good now, so I wonder if that's going to pay off for him. And he may be doing that instead of going with a really heavy investment into elite infantry, which is what a lot of Soviet players like to do, like getting tons of shock troops out or something like that. Throwing manpower into team weapons instead. The map is just total chaos right now. Giap playing very much for... Ooh, look at that incendiary grenade damage. That is some serious... Man, that is a great counter to the Maxim.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
That is a very good anti-Maxim weapon. The old Folks Grenadier grenade could definitely have not ever come close to doing that.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Why would the Flame Nade get banned? No. Well, I don't know why anything that has been banned would get banned either, so... No.
We are ready to go, comrades. You have orders?
Giap recovers his Maxim there on the right side. Folks Grenadiers moving up. Take control of the center VP.
Capturing supply sector.
Yeah, they don't take that long to destroy. Just one volley from this Folks Grenadier squad seems to get the job done, so I don't know, guys. It doesn't seem that bad to me. I think it used to take a lot longer, but ever since the sandbags got their health nerfed, they're like more fragile now. Small arms fire takes them down even quicker. Flamethrower, man, flamethrowers are getting nerfed in a hotfix tomorrow, I want to say, or 2 days from now. And you can see that they just do so much damage to units and buildings, you have no time to react. So they're toning that down soon, but for the qualifiers, flamethrowers are going to just melt everything in houses instantly, like 2 bursts. I think literally 2 or 3 bursts to wipe a full health squad. MG34 getting stolen right here. This could be a huge pickup for Giap if those Folks Grenadiers don't pick up the snipe, which they failed to do. Ouch, that's not good news for the machine. That is going to put him behind. Trapping units in buildings with ghosts? I don't think that's possible. There's no way to do that unless the squad in the building is paying no attention to what's happening. Nobody can micro 4 sandbag positions around a building's doors simultaneously, and then also get a flamethrower. Like, that's... I'd have to see that happen to actually believe that that is ever a problem.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
It is
We
possible.
need to re-establish our supply lines.
You guys say so. I've never seen that happen, though. If you guys are just talking about blocking it with fully completed barbed wire, why would that be banned? There's no rule against doing that. Just placing barbed wire. Are we really gonna make a rule against placing barbed wire in front of building doors? That... Come on. Stolen MG34 plus Maxim moving up the right side over here is proving very difficult for the machine to keep back, and he will lose control of the north munitions and fuel points. Both flamethrowers moving up from the south look like they will go uncountered. He's got double ISG. The loss of his MG34 means he doesn't have anything to prevent this push, though, unless he gets a miracle hit with this infantry gun, which I'm not sure is going to happen. Here comes the fire on those Folks Grenadiers in the house. They must get out immediately and retreat.
Get us out of here!
Light tank ready for orders.
T-70 on the field for Giap, so he has gone tier 3. There's very little anti-tank protection for the machine. This could honestly be the game. The entire map is turned red. He's cut off. He's unable to hold this front line, and his infantry support gun build here is not able to protect itself. Raketenwerfer's in production, but I think it might be too late. This Panzerschreck is the only means the machine currently has of pushing Giap out of his front door.
sector under attack.
Well, Rakettenwerfer's on the field, and he will start to make a big push back out of his base. He's actually not doing horrible. I mean, their pop caps are almost even. He just has no map control, so he needs to start winning engagements and taking and holding territory if he's going to survive against Giap's late game. He has gone T70, so he is going to be delaying his whatever late game a little bit, possibly. He's got shock rifle, guard motor, and Lend-Lease, so he's got a pretty healthy supply of call-in tank options. I don't think he's going to go guard motor, but he could. He has not built tier 4. If he built tier 4, then maybe guard motor would make sense.
The sector is at risk. Territory.
Infantry support guns are going to start working on the building over here. It'll be a very slow crawl back out of the base for the machine, and he probably needs not to get pushed back by the T-70 and whatever Giap sends into this next engagement, which is not actually that much. Just 2 squads of conscripts and a T-70. The machine should be able to win an engagement against that. Even this building will not be able to give Giap much staying power now that incendiary grenades are pretty amazingly powerful against garrisons. It looks like he doesn't want to throw one, though. He does have very limited munitions to work with, so I guess he's just going to stick with infantry support guns and stern pioneers to clear structures. It's going to cost him a little bit of manpower, though. That squad will retreat with no losses. Wow. The machine has an idle squad right there. He's got a capping squad over there, so by not dedicating his full force into these engagements, he's weakening himself a little bit. And here comes a pretty healthy counterattack. MG34 Maxim and conscript squad to try and push the machine back. And Giap is actually one of the reasons his army feels so small is because he's built 2 fuel caches and fielded no elite infantry. He has not picked a commander. Jagdpanzer on the field. I suspect this thing is going to have a lot of hard work to do this game. We will see tier 4 constructed by Giap. I think he might go guard motor. He's probably got the fuel for a T-34-85 now. Or he might just go T-34-76 or maybe even Katyusha. I don't know.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Molotov into the house to push out those Volksgrenadiers. It looks like the machine's defenses are going to crack. And this isn't even that much of a push by Giap. He's not even playing an early game pressure build. He's playing a late game build right now with 2 fuel caches, which is kind of a ridiculous amount of manpower into fuel caches. And he still has a triple cap going. And he still has almost every high resource point on the map, except for this fuel. The machine absolutely must take control of another VP or something. This game's over before Giap even makes any tier 4 units. His Fallschirmjäger just walked right into an MG, so that 440 manpower is pretty much just going down the drain right now. And I think that the machine will simply concede. The early game has gone too poorly, and there is basically no hope of recovery. So Giap will take it with no commander, using only Soviet core and 2 fuel caches. GG. 500 VP victory as we go into game 2.